Dorney Park is a park in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and this park is a really cute park and it's very fun to visit. Although they might not have an elite attraction like the other Cedar Fair parks have, I still think it's worth a visit. I will not be adding Demon Drop in this list because I don't count it as a roller coaster. Also, I have not ridden Wild Mouse or Woodstock Express in my visit in 2023, but I still will be including them on the list since I know where they will probably place, and I have not ridden Iron Menace. Number 7, Woodstock Express. I have ridden in a clone of this down at Six Flags Great Adventure with Little Jersey Devil. This coaster is just an average kiddie coaster, nothing cool, nothing bad about it. That's all I really have to say about this normal kiddie coaster. Number 6, Wild Mouse. I've ridden many wild mice. Is it wild mouses or wild mice? I don't know. But back onto the list. This is just a fun coaster that has nice laterals that are pretty fun and fun little dips and turns, but the brakes can't hit a little hard and it is very janky. I mean, it's a Wild Mouse. What do you expect? Number 6, Thunderhawk. This coaster is just okay, I would say. It has some fun elements on it, but it is kind of bland. The only good elements on it is the first drop and the first speed hill. Those are the only 2 good elements on it, and it can be a little bumpy at times. I gave it one ride, and I decided one ride was all I needed. It's kind of a one and done attraction. Number 4, Hydra the Revenge. This coaster had the first JoJo roll, and it's very similar to the one on Copperhead Strike. I would say I do maybe prefer the Copperhead Strike JoJo roll just because of that restraint, and it is kind of a mid-tier floorless in my opinion. Like a lot of people say it's an upper tier. I think it's a mid-tier. The Cobra roll feels like a normal Cobra roll, even though it looks so weird. And it does have a nice first drop, which has a nice pop-up floater. None of the other airtime hills on this coaster give any floater. But I will say that this coaster is just a fun coaster, and it's a nice fit for Dorney Park. I'm just going to say it. It's a nice fit for Dorney Park, but nothing too crazy. Number 3, Possessed. Now, Possessed is just like Wicked Twister, and I used to love Wicked Twister, R.I.P. But this coaster's launches are pretty fun, and the spikes are crazy, I would say. Backward spike, I think I like more. It's like one of those swings that S&S makes, like the big swings that S&S makes, but in a roller coaster version. And this coaster is very intense when it pulls out for its spikes. It's really intense, maybe too intense. My mom had to sit out for the next 2 coasters that we rode after this coaster for how intense it was. Number 2, Steel Force. Steel Force, I used to think it was better than Magnum, but now Magnum has moved up kind of a lot. And the first half could be better. I'm just saying that right now. The first half could be better, but the second half hauls through those airtime hills and gives almost borderline ejector. And the drop off the mid-course brake run in the back is so fun. That's really all I have to say about this ride. It's just, I do like the turnaround section. It is fun. I do like the tunnels too. The first drop does absolutely nothing though. That's kind of all it is. And then this first airtime hill, like the big camelback that it has, it doesn't really do much. It's still a fun ride, but it doesn't do much. And the view is nice. I'll give you that. And number 1 is Talon. Talon, I thought it was going to be in like a lower tier B&M invert because the park is a lower tier like Cedar Fair Park. But no, this ride is pretty intense. The vertical loops are very intense. Like, I would say Batman the Ride type intensity of the vertical loops. And then the helixes at the end of the ride might be a golly gee goodness moment. I wouldn't say it's a golly gee goodness moment, but it is a really, really fun. I'd say the second half is definitely better than the first half. I do like the Whippy Zero Giro and the Immelman that it has. Two very fun elements, but I'm just gonna say this right now. This is the best ride at Dorney Park, hands down. Best ride at Dorney Park. Now I hope you enjoy my list of all the rankings at Dorney Park. I know that I put Hydra kind of low, but I hope you respect that opinion. And I will say, if I were to ride Iron Menace, I would predict that it would rank in the number 3 spot. Since it is a dive coaster, which dive coasters are not truly my cup of tea. The only 2 dive coasters I've ridden is Sheikra and Valraven, so I still think I would prefer the airtime of Steel Force and the forces of Talon more than Iron Menace. And I just want you to subscribe, leave a like, share the video to your friends if they like roller coasters too. And I hope you enjoyed the video.